Local Network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. A man from Hazleton was thrown from his car when it struck a utility pole Tuesday night in Hazel Township. According to state police at Hazleton, 25-year-old Gilberton Rodriguez Sanchez was reportedly driving at a high rate of speed south on Route 309 just before the intersection of Route 424 when he lost control of the car. Troopers say the car crossed into the right lane, striking a PPL utility pole on the driver's side, splitting the car in half. Both parts of the car were found south of the pole that was sheared in half. Rodriguez Sanchez was taken by EMS to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, then transferred to the Health Network's Cedar Crest Hospital. Route 309 was closed for some time from Buttonwood Street in Hazleton to Route 424 in Hazel Township. Crews from Hazel Township Fire, Harwood Fire, Hazleton City Fire Police, McAdoo Ambulance, and Lehigh Valley EMS were all on the scene with officials from PPL and Service Electric Cablevision. Weatherly police arrested 2 more people that after a 2016 arson destroyed 3 homes and damaged others, forcing 6 people to flee to safety early that August 6th morning. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
45-year-old Roberto Torner of Freeland and his fiancée, 34-year-old Liza Robles, were arraigned in the 2016 Weatherly arson case on Monday, which destroyed 3 homes and damaged others, forcing 6 people to flee for safety early that August 6th morning. Torner faces charges for criminal attempt at arson, 2 counts criminal solicitation of arson, and 1 count criminal conspiracy for engaging in arson, all felonies filed against him back on the 15th. He also faces felonies for 3 counts arson, 3 counts arson endangering property, and 1 count each false insurance claim and risking a catastrophe. Weatherly Magisterial District Judge Joseph Homenko set Torner's bail at $1 million. Robles faces felonies for criminal attempt at arson, 2 counts criminal conspiracy for engaging in arson, and 3 counts each arson and arson endangering property. She also faces an additional felony for risking a catastrophe. Homenko released her on $1 million unsecured bail back on the 17th. The fire at the vacant 234 3rd Street home not only cost more than $1 million in damage, but was owned by Getaway Rental Property, LLC, a company owned by Torner. Police allege Torner planned for 2 men to set the home on fire for the insurance money, where Robles played a role. According to court records, Torner arranged for those 2 men, 45-year-old Felix Laranaga Sanchez and 49-year-old David Alzugare Lugones, to set the home ablaze. Both men were charged previously by Weatherly police with 3 counts of arson and 1 count criminal conspiracy for engaging in arson. Torner began to plan the arson about a week prior to it, instructing Robles to get gas from a station outside the area to avoid detection, then place the fuel, gas, and kerosene on an enclosed back porch of the home for Alzugare Lugones and Laranaga Sanchez. Torner told the pair to pour the liquid on the walls from the top of the home to the bottom, in that order. Once at the home, Laranaga Sanchez sprayed the walls with fuel, and Alzugare Lugones lit the fire before they both ran out the back door. Arrest papers stated Laranaga Sanchez said the fire grew massive in an instant, its intensity taking him by surprise. The fire was called in at 2:38 a.m., spreading to 238 and 228 3rd Street as well. Those homes were occupied with 2 adults and 1 child each, leaving those families homeless and causing substantial damage to 4 other homes. Robles then took Laranaga Sanchez to the Hazleton bus station, gave him cash, and thanked him for torching the home. Laranaga Sanchez was offered $5,000 for the job by Torner, which came out of the $245,000 Torner was paid by the insurance company. Alzugare Lugones, Torner, and Robles were all federally indicted last year on firearms, narcotics, and explosive violations and await sentencing after being convicted in federal court November 7, 2015. Those charges were related to a June 2015 investigation involving the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Weatherly Police Department, Luzerne County Drug Task Force, Pennsylvania State Police, and other federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
5 people are without a place to stay after a fire at an apartment building in Luzerne County this morning. That fire happened around 5:30 on East Washington Street in Nanticoke. Fire officials say flames were contained to one bedroom, but the rest of that apartment has smoke and water damage. 2 people in the apartment and 3 others in the apartment next door were displaced. Everyone else in the building is allowed to stay there. No word on what caused that fire this morning in Nanticoke. A New York man wanted on robbery charge is believed to be staying in the Sherman Hills area in Wilkes-Barre. The Wilkes-Barre Police Department have posted on its Facebook page 30-year-old Ravone Davis is wanted on the charge out of New York State. He's also wanted locally on charges of domestic violence and flight to avoid apprehension. He allegedly ran from police Sunday night by jumping from a second-story window. He's described to be around 6 feet 3 inches tall, thin build, and short hair. Anyone who may have information on Davis's whereabouts is asked to contact police at 570-288-208-4118 or dial 911. State Police, the FBI, and the State Attorney General arrested a Wilkes-Barre police officer on charges he sexually assaulted 4 women while on duty. 53-year-old Robert Collins is a 12-year veteran of the force and the department's former community policing officer. He's accused of assaulting the women over a period of 16 months in 2013 and 14. Collins has been suspended with pay from the Wilkes-Barre Police Department while that investigation is ongoing. This morning, Collins was released on $125,000 bail. Temperatures are rising, and it's raining. And that's starting to loosen up more of the ice and snow that has blanketed our area. Another reminder to clear off the roof of your car or truck. Yesterday, a vehicle driving along Interstate 80 was struck by a chunk of ice that flew off the roof of a truck, striking the windshield. A passenger in that car was taken for treatment of injuries. Coming up on WYLN News, a nurses' strike on the horizon, plus time to sign up for property tax rebates. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Yes, we do have rain in the forecast for tonight. That could have an icy mix at times overnight, the low 41. Those milder temperatures like tomorrow's 50 aren't going to stick around, and there's more flurries on the way. We'll be right back.
The Falvello Law Firm, located at 314 Main Street, Suite A in Cunningham, offers help with car and truck accidents, wills, powers of attorney, and estates. With a small team of attorneys, they work directly with each and every client, serving all of northeastern Pennsylvania, and they are proud to offer legal services that make a real difference to you. Call them at 570-788-4191 today.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
It's time to say goodbye to 2018 and hello to 2019 during the Start Something New sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're celebrating the new year with new savings. Buy a new 2018 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 with heated seats for only $23,715. Or buy a new 2018 Ram 1500 Crew Cab truck with Ram Cargo Management for $33,552. That's a savings of over $9,400. It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The Hazleton Area School Board reviewed costs for adding an expansion to the high school and converting a warehouse to make more room for the student population. Architect Harry Petoni of the Schrader Group told the school board at last night's meeting that it'll cost $42 million to convert a warehouse at the Hazleton Area Career Center and build a wing for 9th grade students at the high school. The price tag to add air conditioning jumps to $65 million. A presentation showed that the new addition would have 24 classrooms and an elevator. The cost of the construction around $25 million. The estimated cost to convert the warehouse into a special education center and Vital House is over $9 million. It would cost the district $933,000 this year to finance the construction, followed by $1.8 million a year for 10 years after that. The board may approve the plans next month, and if so, construction is expected to be completed by the 2021-22 school year. Schools in the Hazleton area, Tamaqua, and Weatherly districts will benefit from funding offered by Governor Tom Wolf's administration to enhance computer science classes. $8.7 million will go toward computer training in 241 schools across the Commonwealth. Each school will receive $35,000. The money given to the Hazleton area district will support computer science classes for 7th and 8th grade students. The grants for Tamaqua area will help students in kindergarten through 8th grade who attend West Penn Elementary and Tamaqua Elementary. Weatherly area plans to use the grant for materials in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Governor Wolf will also release $30 million for job training, apprenticeships, and science and technology training. That's expected sometime in the future. Seniors and people with disabilities can now apply for the Property and Rent Rebate Program. Application forms are available for the program that benefits eligible residents age 65 and older, widows and widowers age 50 or older, and people with disabilities. The income limit, $35,000 a year for homeowners and $15,000 for renters. The maximum standard rebate is about $650, but supplemental rebates for certain qualifying homeowners can increase rebates to $975. Applications can be found on the Department of Revenue's website or by calling 1-888-222-9190. Free help with filing can be found at local area agencies on aging, senior community centers, as well as state legislators' offices. Pennsylvania's Health Secretary, Dr. Rachel Levine, today reminding everyone that the Women, Infants, and Children's Program, otherwise known as the WIC program, offices are still open and operating, continuing to have access to nutritious food during the federal government shutdown. Levine said, while we are hopeful that the federal government will quickly end the shutdown, we must make sure that mothers, infants, and children have access to nutritious food. The WIC programs across the Commonwealth are funded and remain open at least through February. Levine said programs like WIC are essential to providing families healthy food options, and the Wolf administration is committed to ensuring that these programs continue. More than 205,000 pregnant women, mothers, and children are enrolled in WIC statewide. WIC has provided funding for healthy food for pregnant and postpartum women, breastfeeding mothers, and children under age 5 since 1974. The union representing registered nurses at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital says it will go on strike for one day, February 13th, if a new contract is not reached before then. The hospital, owned by Commonwealth Health Systems, has agreed to one bargaining session on Thursday. The Wyoming Valley Nurses Association says it's willing to bargain every day until an agreement is reached. The nurses have been in contract talks with the hospital since December 2017. The Diocese of Scranton has announced the Independent Survivors Compensation Program is now underway. That program is open to anyone who was victimized by clergy or layperson in the diocese or religious order, regardless of when the abuse occurred or if they never reported it before. If you'd like more information on that program, you can visit it online at www.scrantondiocesescp.com. Coming up on Jeansville's News Choice, our next high school basketball game. But first, in Wellness Wednesday, we learn about COPD. Stay with us.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown Hometown Village Square.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Being a new business is never an easy task, and this market deserves a dealer that guarantees the best price. Some people think our $1,000 low price guarantee could be a hoax, but let me assure you that is false. If we don't have the lowest price on any vehicle in stock, we'll write you a check for $1,000, guaranteed. Check us out on the internet 24/7 at blazehazleton.com. And if that's not the lowest price, print out your lowest price and bring it in and we'll beat. No need to shop anywhere else. We guarantee the lowest price. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Mazda of Greater Hazleton, home of the new low price guarantee. We'll beat any deal.
On WYLN, it's Wednesday, which means it's Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. And today we are on location at Hazleton's Health and Wellness Center with Dr. Brian Miller. And today we are going to talk a little bit about COPD and, kind of what is COPD?
Sure. So as lung doctors, we see a range of lung issues, and one of the most common is COPD, and that stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And that usually means that patients have some difficulty, breathing in, breathing out, and not being able to get all that air out. Now, COPD affects about 5% of the population. It is associated with smoking. About 80% of the patients who have COPD are smokers, and a smaller percentage are often people who don't smoke but are in situations where they've been exposed to secondhand smoke. There's about 11 million people in the country with this diagnosis, but there's millions more who are underdiagnosed and don't realize it. So, one of the important things is if you've had an extensive smoking history, we urge you to come get checked out because, you could have this underlying lung disorder that could be treated.
Now, what are some of the signs and symptoms to look out for?
Sure. So COPD ranges. It has a broad spectrum. It can present with a chronic cough, where people are coughing up phlegm. It can have a different form called emphysema, where there's structural damage to the lungs, almost like holes in the lungs, and those are usually seen on imaging. Some people are very short of breath at rest, and other people get more shorter breath with exertion. And like I said, it's a very wide range of symptoms. And
does this go for, all ages? I know you said 80% are smokers.
Yeah. So typically COPD is diagnosed in the 40s to 50s age range because of that significant smoke exposure. That's about the time we're starting to see some of these changes to the lungs.
Now, what kind future for someone with COPD? What does that kind of entail?
Sure. So COPD is linked to a higher risk of death if untreated. And even with treatment, these patients do have other comorbidities and other medical illnesses. So, when we see a patient with COPD, we try to optimize their lung function, and usually what we do is a breathing test to see how severe their COPD is. There's also imaging that we look at, and based on that and their symptoms, we may recommend certain inhalers. Some have steroids to help with the inflammation, others don't. And really, the biggest goal is, if you are smoking, to stop smoking. And there's certain things we can do here to help you quit.
That's where I was going to go with my next question. How can people get checked out?
Sure. So, if you show up to your primary care doctor's office or want to see a lung doctor, and you've been having shortness of breath, then, once we see you in the office, we usually do the breathing test first. And, based on those results and maybe a chest x-ray, we figure out what the best treatment strategy is.
All right. Now, is there anything else that you definitely want to add?
Sure. Yeah. So because COPD is linked to smoking, there are lung cancer guidelines for lung cancer screening based on the amount of years you smoked. So I urge anybody who's between the ages of 55 and 79 who've smoked for at least what we call 30 pack years. So for example, if you smoke a pack per day for 30 years, that qualifies, or 2 packs per day for 15 years, or what have you. Or if you quit within 15 years, you're still eligible. And based on these results, because you have a higher risk of lung cancer, this can be detected earlier and possibly treated or cured.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us about COPD. And viewers, be sure to really listen to your body. And if you have been smoking, please get checked out. Thank you for joining us on Wellness Wednesday here on Community and You. We'll see you next time on WYLN.
Away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 25 minutes from Frackville, 26 minutes from Jim Thorpe, 28 minutes from Tamaqua, 20 minutes from Shavertown, and 28 minutes from Clark Summit. Barber Ford in Exeter and Hazleton. Online at barberautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
Stop in at Two Italian Guys Pizzeria for the best pizza in town, serving a large variety of pizzas, stromboli, and so much more. Open till 3 a.m. Take out or eat in, delivery available. Call 570-459-2783.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. Packages are available to fit anyone's budget, and there is a restaurant and catering on site. The facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor parties, private parties of any kind. Call 570-384-2314.
This Friday, our WILN sports crew will be heading down Interstate 81 to Mahanoy City. The next game will feature the Colts from Marion, who will travel up Route 54 to take on the Mahanoy area Golden Bears. The game tips off at 7:30 live from the Mickey Holland Gym, so mark your calendars and plan to join Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and the entire WILN sports team as the Colts take on the Golden Bears at Mahanoy area Friday. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WILN News.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. You're watching Monterey City's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN.